post in Formula Plus that we had issues.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Alright, hello everybody on Twitch. Sorry about the, well, we were going to be streaming on YouTube, but YouTube no worky.
Yeah, the YouTube is bugging out, but yeah, now it's working on Twitch, which is fine.
Yeah, I see that. Alright. We are a bit late into the session, but right now, we have 4 laps set. We've got Panda with the fastest lap, 1:19.8. We have Beth06 with a 1:23 on the mediums. We have Cookie Monster 1:21.2, Aris 1:21.9, and a 1:23, sorry, on the Inters. I believe
Inters?
I believe this league has Inters pole. You get an extra point for Inters pole.
Yeah, probably.
I can double check that, but
Yeah, you can check. You can check that if you don't tab out real quick, because I can't commentate if you tabbed out. Remember?
it'll be alright. It'll be alright.
That's why I told you, man. Use your phone when you're wanting to check stuff on your PC.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, we've just seen Panda give up his or make space for one of the Astons. I can't really commentate much. Panda's not really on his lap, so. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Sorry for the troubleshooting we had earlier. Like Kenzok said, we don't know why it wasn't working.
YouTube
we had our Twitch channel set up.
Yeah, YouTube just didn't want to go live. It showed up on YouTube Studio, but did not show up for everybody else.
Yeah, it was weird. It's okay. At least we can use Twitch and can show you guys. Well, hello to everyone in the chat. Chicken, welcome back, and Troykin, Fibonacci, welcome.
I believe Aris is on his lap now. Yep. So we can watch Aris go through his lap.
Yep. Okay, as he's going for the first chicane. A bit of a jump there on that second curb. Going for that the large curve now, which is actually what the corner's named, which is quite funny. Panda, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome Benny as well. Aris going really nicely through that second chicane as well, very smooth as he goes through the double right hand now. Kept it really nicely within the track limits, used up all that curb as well as he passes on the other drivers through the DRS zone now. As he goes through the third and final chicane of the lap. Again, really smooth. He's got a really good drive. He's not made many mistakes. Maybe his worst one was definitely turn 1, where he bounced a bit on the second curb, but other than that, it's been fine. Now he's going for the parabolica curve. Finally onto the main straight now. Let's see his lap time. He sets he does increase, but only by 0.2, so it only puts him in 10th place for now. Not the fastest lap, but a pretty good lap overall.
Yeah, we have got some very fast drivers here. It's going to be hard to set some top laps. I know Panda. He is insanely fast, so it's going to be hard for these drivers to compete, but Des Mucky looks pretty close to Panda's lap time. And Ethan Logan, a 1:19.7, that is almost 0.2 above Panda's lap, so that is very fast. And he set that on the mediums.
If you set that on the mediums, I wonder what you can set on the softs. That's actually insane.
Only time will tell.
He's cutting through that little track section there. Welcome to the chat, Sloth, as well.
Yeah, we're just going to be watching Rip Brannon finishing up his lap. As he goes through the final gate.
Okay, that's a big cut for that chicane there.
Yeah, he was running on hot lap, but he just cut that entire chicane and switched his hot lap off. I think he just completely abandoned that lap.
I would do the same. That big ass cut. Sorry for the language. Jesus.
Yeah, Skippy, Jesus. Kids
I'm
watching.
sorry. 14 viewers. Wow. Thanks, guys.
That's actually insane. That was way better than our last race. It's like
Well, it
three
varies. It
viewers.
varies from league to league.
Yeah.
Keep it PG. Yeah, sorry, chicken.
Chicken, if you want me to, just give me the call and I'll punch him for you.
Don't give him the call. He knows where I live.
Before you ask, I'm not telling anybody where Skippy lives.
Yeah, don't dox me, I beg.
Wait, chat, he lives in England. Oh my god.
Oh! I live on Earth.
We should probably watch some drivers.
Yeah, probably. It's very. Sorry, guys. We're messing around a bit too much.
I think, yep, we've got Steph on his flying lap now. We're gonna watch him go through.
Very nicely through that chicane, actually. No problems, I saw that.
Steph currently with a 128, 120.8, sorry, as his fastest lap. He's currently in P9, middle of the pack. We'll see if he can improve on his time. Kind of jumped over the curb there.
You got a big bounce, went off the track.
And
Is he still going? No, he's cancelled his lap.
he's slowing down now. He's abandoned that lap.
Very understandable. Something I do want to mention actually about this track that we're on today, Monza in Italy. It's one of the more famous tracks actually of the of like the real calendar, and probably this one actually. A lot of the information about this track actually is that you want to take this track very smoothly. If you make any if you have any rough drive through the laps, you could really ruin your lap time, and it could really put you in a bad spot for the race or the rest of the qualifying sessions. Like, we're seeing a lot of drivers make a few bounces through some of the curves, but it's never big enough to really impact their lap. If it does impact them, it may make their lap slightly slower than what they set before, or just slightly slow them down for their current personal best lap that they might be going through.
Yeah,
So yeah, we're...
Carol.
Nah, that's fine, you can go. I yapped.
Yeah, Panda's saying in the Discord his lap wasn't good. Way better than a lap I could set. So that's not good for my morale. But we move.
Yeah, we just saw Lucas set a lap. He just went 4/10 faster, putting him in 12th position. Very impressive, good increase. Definitely going to put you up there, but might get you through to Q2 yet. We're not sure because we've still got a few minutes left in the qualifying, 6 minutes, and it'd be quite interesting to see how the top 15 get through once we get to that point. We can definitely say for a lot of the top 10 drivers, most of them will probably be set in stone for their laps. You can even see on the tyre strategy, some people are, sorry for cutting you off, you can see a lot of people are actually running the same tyre. So you may be running the same tyre, so you're using less of the other compounds you have available to you, but you could also be slower throughout each lap because the tyre is just wearing out and wearing out.
Yeah, that is true. We are going to be watching fastest slop on his lap now. He has yet to set a lap. Yeah, let's see how he does. And hopefully he can get into that top 15 to secure a spot for Q2.
Yeah, definitely if you didn't set a lap by this point, you'd be really nervous to set a fast lap because you've got so many people that already set their laps and you are just having to see, can you beat the rest? Can you be the fastest of them all and just be safe for the next qualifying session and get even higher up on the grid? He's now going, Sloth's now on the DRS zone, second DRS zone of the track. Just flying by, maxing out his 8th gear now as he goes through this chicane, final chicane through the lap onto the bigger straight now. which I personally question. Why doesn't this straight have a DRS zone? I actually don't know. It could be because
Yeah,
it's right after one.
it could be a pretty good spot for overtakes if there was a DRS zone there. I will admit there are a lot of DRS zones on this track, so I don't think it needs
Yeah,
any more, but probably could be pretty interesting. And fastest sloth, that's lap for P6. Amazing lap from fastest sloth.
definitely won't have to worry about getting out of this qualifying session if he doesn't lose all the rest of the positions somehow.
I will give it to him. He is definitely the fastest sloth alive. We're gonna watch Rip Brannon on his fast lap now. Currently in P5, so not too sure why he's out again, but maybe he just wants to get into P1 for some bragging rights, maybe. Or just to stick it to Panda and Ethan
Stick
and
it to Panda
Des.
and Ethan. And Beth. Don't forget Beth.
Yeah, Beth too. He set laps on the mediums.
A bit on the grass there is what exited that chicane there, actually, on the second chicane of the track. He went a bit wider and rode the grass with his left set of tyres. But still keeping his lap going. He might have he almost went wide there, actually. Almost invalidated his lap. He's definitely still going. His visor retired from the session. Maybe he's comfortable with his position.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that he's comfortable with his position because he is 1 second ahead of the car behind, and the other two cars that could possibly set a lap are 2 seconds and 3 seconds behind. So it'll be tough for them to make another lap if that was their full pace. Anything can happen. And we see
Rip Brannon actually returning to the pits.
Yeah, Rip Brannon abandoned that lap. He may have invalidated on that on one of the final corners. I forget which corner it was, but he did go off the track, and he is going to retire.
I'm pretty sure we would have seen it on the track map. Maybe he was just pitting and just left his hot lap on.
Maybe.
That's a possibility.
Just going full speed, faster than I do on my flying laps.
Okay.
We see
Not much going on right now.
Yeah, we see Cookie Monster now on a flying lap, so let's see if he can improve. There are yellow flags up right now, but he is past that section of the track.
Quite nicely through that double right hander. No mistakes were made. He really used up that track and kind of boomeranged himself out of the corners. That's pretty cool. Again, like everyone else, maxing out his 8th gear on that straight.
What I'm going to base this lap off of is if this is going to be a better lap than Lance Stroll has set all season. We will see.
He does actually set a very good lap. 5/10 faster, putting him in P9.
Way better than Lance Stroll.
Small Nick getting a 5-place grid penalty as well.
Yeah, getting
but he's in P7, so
getting illegal
blocking. Be safe.
Getting illegal blocking by the game. You must have been like slamming into the other cars, my guy. I never get penalties for blocking in this game.
I've never received one either, actually. It's actually quite impressive that he got one.
We'll hand it to him.
He turned his DRS off, so I assume he's just giving up on his lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's returning to the pits.
And Criminal YT, or Criminal YT, sorry. Collision. He is currently in P18, which is actually the final grid place order in terms of no DNFs. See Lucas kind of going to the gravel there. We are reaching the end of the quali session now. Some people would just be doing their final laps. Lucas retires as he is not currently on a lap. We do see Chang, I believe, is currently on a lap. He's used quite a lot of his ERS, actually. That's not going to be
Oh
the
shoot!
greatest for him.
Thanks, Zach. Forgot to change our stream info for Twitch. Yeah, we were just rushing ourselves. That's why we didn't change it. We'll do that now. Thanks for the warning.
I bet you we wouldn't have even realised that until we were putting it on YouTube. But apologies if I sound a little bit dead. We weren't expecting to be commentating full quali, but I'm trying to pace myself now. Was not expecting.
Imagine having to pace yourself.
Alright, buddy. You're not him.
How dare you insult me? You kicked off the commentator team.
We have dual ownership.
Panda saying finally he's really excited that the first qualifying session is over. He did set one lap and then just sit for the rest, so I understand is how he feels.
Yeah, Panda's just good enough to set one lap, and that's it for the rest of the session. We can have a look at the grid now as we go through. See grid penalties.
Ethan
no grid
being
penalties.
our fastest driver.
Yeah, Panda not too close behind. Ethan on those medium tires, setting P1. A great drive from him.
Really saving his tires greatly by using those mediums.
Yeah, and he has tons of pace on them, so we could see him in the race battling with soft tire drivers for the entire race, while on the mediums, which will last a lot longer for him. Could be very good for his race, as we like to call it, the tire whisperer.
The tire whisperer.
George Russell. Let's hope he doesn't get disqualified, though.
Huh. Alright, as we wait for everyone to come out, this will be the second qualifying session. The weather seems just fine today, so for this second qualifying session, so these drivers might have a very smooth drive. We're hoping no weather occurs during the race, because that'd be really unfortunate. We really want to see how these guys drive in perfect conditions, as we do see some of the drivers now coming out. Two of the Mercedes and one of the McLarens as well, some of the Haas and the Williams drivers.
Now, I must say, I really got my eyes on Ethan Logan. I can't wait to watch him set a lap, but for now, we can maybe focus on the P2 from previously, Panda. Obviously, everybody just on their out laps, no one on a flying lap just yet, as the session has just started. But yeah, we're pretty curious to see what they can pull out of the bag.
Yeah, it will be quite interesting to watch how these drivers perform, especially when the race start. Everyone's going to be such in tight conditions, like wheel to wheel through turn one. That's going to be a really fun part to watch. We could see some collisions, maybe some debris flying off the cars. Depends on how nicely everyone drives with each other throughout turn one, lap one. As that corner, that chicane for the first corner of the track is really deadly. It really takes a lot of people off guard. As well as the braking point, it's such a long straight when you going through that part of the track that you need to brake super early if you're behind a few drivers. It'd be quite interesting to see how people work under these conditions. It'll be pretty fun to watch. As we do see now Panda starting out his lap, turning a hot lap on, running that DRS, using some overtake as well to give himself that little boost of DRS, because I've seen that work a few times in the game actually. As he does go for the first corner, a bit of a lock up there on his front right wheel, it looked like. As he does get through the chicane beautifully just fine, no issues made. Through the large curve now, still driving very smoothly, using that, really following his racing line there. next to the chicane. A little bit of a bump there for that right-handed I can't English. For that right-handed I can't even English. Yeah, no, I can't. Okay.
Just move on.
Yeah, I'll move on. Sorry, my bad. Panda now on the DRS straight. Uh, Again, like everyone else for the last session, maxing out that 8th gear, revving as he does get a bit of a spin there on the final chicane of the lap, and really gonna affect his tires there. Gonna send him a bit off the track as well. That'll definitely make him cancel his lap as he did. He turns his ERS off, and running low on fuel now. He does just probably return to the pits now, I assume.
It is.
As we do see.
It is such a shame that Panda, he was on for a really good lap there, it seemed, but just right at the end, couldn't quite make it. Jonathan gets the provisional pole, but immediately 3 cars ahead of him. Beth in first place, 119.6. We got Dez 120, and Zaki a 120.3.
Yeah, quite interesting. We've got Ethan actually on the track now. Probably, I think he's finishing his lap right now, so it'll be pretty interesting to see what he does. And he really maxes out that ERS. Let's see what Ethan sets. He does not get first like last session. He does set a 120.2 though, putting him in 3rd place behind the 2 Mercedes next to his teammate Zaki.
He is still on those medium tires, so still could see the soft pace really come out for him.
Yeah, we could see him using up those softs in the final qualifying session and just getting multiple laps in and just setting up some insane lap times. You could use one set of softs when the track is cold and then the next when it's really warmed up with everyone's rubber on it, and then just fly past everyone getting a pole position for the race, which would be quite the strategy, I can't lie.
Chang is about to go on his flying lap as we're going to watch him go through the final straight before the next lap. He is going to let some cars by, maybe going to try and get some slipstream on them, and hope they don't block him up as he goes through the final corner now onto the main straight. He is going to turn his ERS on, and we are now watching Chang do his flying lap.
Right behind one of the McLarens, I think that's Zaki. He just maybe using him as a slipstream boost, really getting that initial speed as he goes to turn 1. Wheel to wheel with the McLaren. The McLaren does cut the track and I think cancel his lap, so that was a quite interesting situation where both drivers, I think, were starting their laps and just went wheel to wheel for turn 1, which would have affected both of their lap times pretty negatively, so probably the best idea for the McLaren to just give up. If he's got enough fuel, he could just go for the next lap. As Chang goes through the first chicane of the lap, and then not many issues made. He does turn his ERS. His ERS is off though. I think he cancelled his lap possibly.
Nope,
No, he's running hot lap. Okay. I don't know why there's lights flashing in the back there.
It's 10%, lower than 10%.
Ah, right. Okay. I still forget this stuff. Chang though now going through that chicane bit where we saw Panda mess up earlier. He does cut that track, I think. I didn't see him much. I don't think he cut it. We didn't get a good view of it there. The camera really didn't help us. But he is running pretty low on ERS though. You can see on his wheel there, he's got no ERS left as he's going through the parabolic curve now onto the main straight. He's about to set his lap of the session. As he does set a 121.1, but not enough to get him any positions. He does set himself in 10th place, where he was sitting without a lap, actually, so that's pretty impressive, and he just got to stay in that same spot.
Yeah, I think he got very ambitious when he let those cars by. Tried to get the slipstream on Zach ahead, but didn't quite work out, going wheel to wheel to turn 1. I think that might have lost him a second. So he probably could have been up there in the top pack, like top 5-ish. He could have well been there, but unfortunate circumstances. Once again, just been very ambitious with the ERS as well. Used a lot of it before he could even use it for the whole lap. Sorry to cut
you off. Sorry. It's I don't know if you can see there on the top left there. We see Ethan and Des Mucky with the exact same lap time.
Oh my, that is
120.098.
Ethan Logan on the medium tires, setting the same lap as P3 on the softs. Wow. Oh, Panda has left the session now. I think maybe
He's
we've had a disconnect.
he's messaged us in the chat asking for an invite. I don't know if you have him added. Can you invite him or?
I don't think I have Panda added. I will double check.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I do not have Panda added.
Yeah, you have to ask one of the league admins then. Sorry, Panda.
Alright, we are gonna watch Rip Brannon now. About to go on to his flying lap. Currently P7 with a 120.5. And Panda has joined back the session.
I guess I'm commentating over all the drivers for these laps.
Yep.
Kenzog's going quiet.
I'm conserving myself.
Yeah, he's trying to save his voice for the actual race, guys. Don't worry about him.
I have a fragile voice.
He's a sensitive. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus!
Oh my god. He's a sensitive little boy, guys. Don't worry about him.
Alright. You're actually banned.
Rip Brannon now doing quite good for his lap so far. Onto the DRS now with his wing open. He does go through. We're kind of soon maxing out his gear because, like everyone else, everyone's been doing that. That DRS straight really gives you the top of the line speed of that car as you go through the curbs. They're beautifully using up that track on the exit there, using up that curb as much as he can very nicely. As you go through the long straight now into the parabolica curve, really smoothly following that line, getting a good exit there. As he gets in the main straight now, passing the oh never mind, he's returning to the pit lane. Okay.
I think that is twice now Rip Brannon has done that. He's about to finish his flying lap, but he just abandons it last second, goes straight into the pits. I don't know if he's not getting the time he wanted, or he just cannot be bothered to finish the lap for whatever reason. Or maybe he thinks he can set a better one and wants to get into the pit lane as fast as possible.
Yeah, as Rip Brannon is actually in P8, so it'd be pretty risky for him to go back to not do any more laps because people ahead behind him could just 2 people behind him could set laps and then just put him in P10, and then he'd be very on the verge of getting removed from the rest of the session. Zaki in the chat thanking us and saying we're doing great. Cheers, appreciate that a lot.
That does mean a lot. This is our second race we're commentating, like, ever.
Together, yeah. This is Kenzog's second time commentating as well.
Yeah, I never commentated beforehand.
Yeah, as we're watching Zaki actually starting his lap, the guy who just complimented us in the chat, he's now on his lap as he goes for the first chicane now. Riding that curb pretty nicely, no issues there, really smooth exit there. We do have a yellow flag ahead of him with 2 cars. As he does get in between them, but barely managing to avoid them. Really unfortunate lineup for 2 drivers, but Zaki getting a 5-place grid penalty.
I think that's pretty harsh. That he literally just had to thread the needle between 2 very slow drivers, and he gets a 5-place grid penalty. I think that will definitely be appealed.
Unfortunate for Zaki, I don't think he can appeal it, but now he needs to set another faster lap in the next 3 minutes to get out of P11, because if he finishes in P6, he'll be lined up for P11, and he will not make it to the final qualifying session. Really unfortunate for him. It wasn't even his fault that he got into that accident, but the game just serving him a 5-second, making him serve a 5-place grid penalty. The 2 drivers that hit each other, I assume, during a lap. We didn't see the actual incident, but it was very unfortunate for him. As we do actually see Zaki, probably with enough fuel to go for another lap. He is saving that ERS, maybe go for another one.
Blaze LMG right behind him, gonna go for his first flying lap of the session. Be curious to see how this goes, but I do just want to say Zaki did a very good job of avoiding that crash. It could have been way worse, but still, the game just unrelentless.
Yeah, really unfortunate. We do see Blaze using up half of his ERS before the first corner, which could be bad for the rest of his lap. But he does make it through the corner, not using up the whole track, but does get through the corner very nicely, very smoothly. So it could help him out a little bit in the future if he does set up a little bit of if he does go a little bit faster for the rest of the lap. As we see him go for the second chicane now, but he does cut the track, and we assume he didn't like how he did that. I think still on his lap. As we do see a driver on his left of the gravel going wide. I think that was Zaki going off the track there. As we see Blaze now behind another driver actually on the DRS zone, which could give him a huge speed boost if he does catch up and if he does get that distance closed in. As he does make it through his DRS zone into the chicane now, behind the driver ahead of him, which is one of the Mercedes drivers. I can't tell you which one exactly, but he does follow that Mercedes driver, pretty much using him as a slipstream, just getting as much speed out of him as possible. As they go through the Parabolica curve now, Blaze just making it very nicely throughout his lap. Nothing really went wrong for him there, other than his ERS running quite low by the end, but he does get across the checkered line, and puts himself in P6 at 120.2.
I think he was just really reserving all of his pace for that one flying lap that he had to set, and he just retires. What a statement. You don't do a single lap for the whole session, but then immediately set a lap for P6 and retire. Literally came in, destroyed, didn't elaborate, and left.
First driver to retire as well, keep in mind. Very impressive from him. Good performance. Ken's like, I will ask though, make sure we have lap info on the top right as well.
Why did that turn off? That was on before. Oh wait, no, I just forgot to turn it on for this. My bad. My bad, gang.
It's fine. We do see Ethan now. I think on a lap, he is going full speed on that straight. As we see him now making his way to the first corner now, making his way through the chicane. Really smooth there. Very nice drive. No bouncers, no wheels off the track. Just beautiful drive there. As we see him go now, as we watch him now going around a large curve now in Sector 1. Entering Sector 2 now onto the second chicane of the track now. Let's see if he makes it as smooth. A little bit of a bump there on both of the curves on the left and right, but the exit was beautiful. So it could be a good lap nonetheless with those two little bumps. Those two little bumps probably not making a huge effect on his lap time, but it's definitely something we notice as he does go for the double right-hander now. No issues at all onto the DRS straight with his wing open now. Really just making his track look like it's nothing. Just flying by as he goes to the final chicane now. But he does go very wide. Very, very wide. That could ruin his lap pretty bad.
Yeah, he has just switched and on now. Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, really unfortunate, but he does set himself in P4 with 5 lap old tires, so I don't think he's going to complain much.
He absolutely did not have to set another lap. He was cruising to a top 10. As we do see,
really good drive.
Zaki right on the line. He has finished his final lap, but we have Jonathan and Chang behind, who are looking to finish their laps. Let's see if they improve. Chang is going to finish first, so we can see what lap he brings out, and then we will watch Jonathan on his final lap. Oh! Massive spin from Chang there. Really unfortunate, as massive wing damage for him.
Really unfortunate. Right at the end of the session, he went on the inside grass there and lost his grip and did a full spin into the track. As we do see,
oh my!
on the biggest straight of the track in the final sector, doing pretty much the same thing. Probably on purpose now, though. Really just accepting his position in P11, as he's not going to make his way. As he's going to make his way to the either the pit lane or the checkered line, and then just. To the checkered line it is, and except that he's finishing in P11, not going to make his way into the final qualifying session.
He wanted to go out in style, and honestly, I respect that.
And that will be Q2. Chicken in the chat saying hello. We're still here. Hello.
Here are the current timings. We have Beth06 setting a 119.6. We have Panda setting a 119.6 also. On the medium tires, we have Marcus 119.9, Ethan Logan 119.9 as well. And then we got Desmucky, Blaze, Brannon, Smolnik, Sloth, and Zaki. Zaki with that 5-place grid penalty that I do not think was deserved at all. 2 cars just stopped in the middle of the track, and not even a car's width to go through. He really just had to thread the needle there.
Yeah, really unfortunate, but he did make his way into Q3 though, so props to him. He really, even with that, I don't know what the word is right now, but even with that, yeah, even with that grid penalty, he did make his way into the final qualifying session. So really impressive from him, saving himself from the game's own problems. As we now do start to the qualifying 3 countdown, 12 minutes on the timer now. The final 10 drivers now being shown on your screens. No one coming out just yet. They're probably giving themselves their setups as we wait for everyone to come out. We do see now a bit down the road. We see I think that's a
Williams and a V Carb.
Yep.
I think
Williams and V Carb coming out. I think definitely a Mercedes and a McLaren.
Actually, no, it's just a Williams.
Just a Williams.
Now have a Mercedes.
Yeah, the McLarens both coming out now, and the second Mercedes as well.
I don't think we've watched Beth all qualifying, so I think it's only right to watch his lap.
Yeah, very understandable that. I am very interested to see that. We've seen a lot of good performances so far, just from the qualifying session alone, including Panda doing 1 lap in this first qualifying session and just retiring, happy with his position in P2. He finished right behind Ethan, who in the first session he got P1 with mediums, and in the second session he still got P10 with a 5-place grid penalty, making his way through to Q3 with that grid penalty, and still running those mediums in that other session. I'm pretty sure he'll be running softs for this session just to get that maximum pace, but we can't really check right now as we don't have that shown on the board right now. And now we do have all the screen information. Thanks, Kenzog.
You're welcome.
We do see Rip Brannon actually.
Thanks for subtly reminding me.
We do see Rip Brannon actually running the medium tire in the final qualifying session. Maybe he used up all his other tires in the last sessions, but I'm not quite sure. We didn't really track who used what compounds and which set of tires, but we now are watching Beth on his lap. Panda ahead of him as well. So we'll be seeing Panda setting the baseline lap, like the first lap of the session, and then Beth right behind him. We'll be watching, because we're not watching him at all today. We want to give everyone a bit of a screen time that they deserve. As we are watching now Beth on a large curve. He did make his way for that first chicane pretty smoothly, not too many problems, as we are watching him now entering sector 2 and into the second chicane now. Bit of a bump on the inside curb there, but really overall good exit, good corner there, not many issues. And we then see him go for the double right-hander, really using up that track there, nearly using up too much of the curb even. And he does go, yeah, he is riding on every curb on those corner exits, really close between him and track limits. So really lucky for him. He's still got about 100 VRS left as he goes for the final chicane now, or the final S-type turn. Really good corner exit there, like apart from the rest of the chicanes he did and the double right-hander. Really good corner exit he made there. Really might save him a few tenths even. As we see it now go from the parabolica, Panda setting a 119.1, and Beth right behind him going to be setting up his lap now. It's going to be 119.9, so 8 tenths slower than Panda, but still a very good lap. And then Ethan right behind him, 119.4 with softs. So we've got our top 3 now.
This is the first time we have seen Ethan go on the soft compound tires in qualifying and really keeping that pace up. Wow, we know Panda is very fast. He said he was going like 70% in the first session and still got B2. But yeah, Ethan right behind him, only 3 tenths off, which is, in leagues like this, is not too big of a difference compared to the ones we've seen.
Ethan, in Ethan's other sessions, in the other qualifying sessions, we saw him running mediums and still setting pretty similar lap times. So we could see him maybe later in the session going even faster, maybe a sub 119. We do have a few other drivers. Zaki with quite a lackluster lap. I don't know if he gave up on his lap but still finished it. He's set at 138.9. So he probably didn't mean to be that slow, but he
That's
definitely
wet
did
pace,
go
bro.
that slow.
That's wet
It
pace.
is wet pace.
You'll remember when? Okay.
He just saw Blaze doing a little bit of a 180 there, now reversing on the track. He does a beautiful J-turn.
Pretty good J-turn.
In a Formula 1 car, he commits to a J-turn and makes it. That's very impressive.
Anyways,
He does not go back on the track though, leaving space for the drivers who are on their laps, like Sloth, who we're watching now.
We're gonna, as we watch Sloth, as I was going to say, do any of you guys remember that glitch that used to be in F124, where some people in multiplayer races would be in the dry, but some people would also be in the wet? I think Zaki might have that. Got patched ages ago, but he still might have it. You never know with the F124 game.
For a second, I didn't even catch on to the joke there. I thought you were being serious. But Zaki did just increase his lap time. He said a 125.4, so still a bit behind the pack, but not too far behind. We see Sloth now sitting at 120.6. It's going to be putting him in 6th position. About 1.5 seconds behind Panda.
Yeah.
So a very good lap from him, but not putting him up in that top place. These are the final. This is the final qualifying session, remember, and where these guys finish is where they're finishing for the actual race of the grid.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. We see Rip Brannon on the medium tires. I'm not sure that's the best decision in the final qualifying session. You really want to use your soft tires, like as best you can, just to get as high as possible. But Rip Brannon maybe thinks he could have more pace on those mediums. We will have to see.
I think we're watching, trying to find who's actually on their laps right now.
Nobody.
No, nobody's on their lap. Yeah, it's just quite a slow moment right now. The session, 5 minutes left. Currently, our provisional top 3 are Panda with a 119.1, Ethan with a 119.4, and Des Mucky with a 119.7. So all within 1 second of each other. And it goes even further back, include all the way to P5, all within 1 second of each other. So very close race in the top 5 there. And the rest of the drivers are going from 120.6 to 120.8. So 2/10 between those top 9 drivers. So it's about you could say like a 2-second maximum gap between first and last in this session.
We are going to watch the current fastest driver on the grid, Panda, move on to his lap now. Will he improve? Time can tell.
Will he improve?
Only time will tell.
I'm yawning quite a lot actually right now. I don't know why.
He's tired.
Guys, I'm EP.
Marcus letting Panda through there as he is on his outlap. This is going to be... Marcus yet to set a lap. So, maybe he has some pace that he hasn't been... He's just been meditating. Possibly in that pit lane, just kind of... trapped with his own thoughts. Trying to find the words.
That's how I feel today, bro. I've lost so many words. I forgot the word for curb earlier.
English, not Englishing.
Oh god, we are currently watching Panda. Oh, no, we're currently watching Panda going through the parabolica curve now. We didn't really commentate over his lap that time, so really sorry about that, Panda, but we are watching him now on the main straight.
Oh, he is just going to go into the pit lane.
Okay, he's going to return to the pit lane. Let's see Marcus now. He's on his out lap. About to start his main lap, though. On the main straight now, passing the checkered line and starting his qualifying lap. Really zooming across that straight, making his way into the turn 1 chicane. Really smooth there. No problems just yet. Really good drive as he goes through the large curve. And in the chat, 0.1 seconds with used tires. That's very impressive.
Oh my.
Oh, sorry, plus 0.1. That's a very consistent lap time. We do see Marcus a little bit wide on that second chicane now, the track. We do actually have, I think, and that's an Alpine stopped in Sector 3.
That's interesting. Let's hope he doesn't take Marcus out.
So we don't have a Zaki Part 2 situation now.
This is the Alpine that spun earlier, so let's hope.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the racing line.
He doesn't take out Marcus.
Speaking of Marcus, he goes really wobbly on that final chicane now, on the big straight now before Parabolica. So he passes the Alpine, it stopped, and the Alpine, I think, will start moving, maybe. No, he's just still sitting there. I think he's forgotten that there's a pit lane.
He's alone with his thoughts.
Yeah, we watch Marcus setting a 120.3, putting him in P6 now. Currently, our fastest driver remains to be Panda with a 119.1. And speaking of Panda, he retires, so he's very confident with that position.
As we see still, Blaze just kind of sat there on the final straight in Sector 3.
Doing his own thing, wobbling on the big straight there. Right before the parabolic curve, before the final turn, just chilling. Reversing now, even, just... Maybe trying to distract the drivers. This is their team strategy. Distract the drivers by a random car on the road. We do see a Williams pass him though, as well as a Mercedes driver. Beth, one of the Mercedes driver that just passed the Alpine now, going to set his lap. He does set a 119.9, so he did increase his lap. We didn't see by how much, but he is P5. I don't think he went up by any positions, but he did set a personal best there of the session.
Yeah, Beth now on his flying lap. He is going to try and get into that podium, possibly.
Podium?
As... What?
He said podium.
Yeah?
It's the top three, mate. It's not the podium.
What?
The podium's when you finish the race.
Oh, well, shush.
Silly Billy.
Same thing.
We are watching Beth now on the DRS zone.
Absolutely flying.
Oh, going very wide now.
Wow.
Oh! He did get on that inside of the chicane there on the left, and then I think he's bottomed out his car.
Oh, and he resets the track. Terrible camera angle. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he rode over the curb on the left and then went into the gravel on the right, and then lost traction and hit the wall on the left. And then his car bottomed out on the curb on the left-hand side. So he had to reset his car, but that is... You never really see an F1 car bottom out.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Beth probably could have got into that top 3 if he really finished that lap, but... Obviously, if you get on the grass...
Zaki and Ethan drag racing on the main straight. Zaki increasing his lap time by like a few tenths. I didn't really see how much, but he did increase that time. And then his teammate rubber bands behind him.
We already seeing some wheel-to-wheel action. We're not even in the race yet.
Everyone now finishing up their session. Now we are done.
Marcus sets a lap for P9 as well. Improves on his previous time.
Yeah. I put Zaki back in P10. Really unfortunate session for Zaki there, but Panda and Ethan, the two drivers we've been looking at for the last few sessions of the qualifying, they've both been very fast. They're within 200 of a second of each other there. You can see they're on the top, on the gap there. Really impressive, and we will now list your gridded team. It'll be Panda in first with a 119.1, Ethan and with a 119.19, and then there's Mucky for your top 3, and you can see the rest because there's no time to see for me to say them.
I was trying to read out the times before, but I was like, I'll just do it for top 5, and then I'll just list everyone off because I did not have enough time.
Zaki making up excuses in the chat. No, he said he didn't practice, so because he didn't think he'd be racing today. Fair enough. as we are now waiting because we are now in the race session. Everyone will be doing their setups, their fuels, and maybe communicating with their teammates. Who wants to pit first? Who wants to pit second? That's something I've done quite a few times. It's quite fun.
Yep.
Really working with your team there, trying to get those strategies in and making it perfect.
Now, unlike last time, we actually do have a formation lap this time. So we won't get
Last time
surprised. We won't get surprised by the red lights this time, and scramble
Yeah.
to get to catch all the action in. But we could see maybe some heroics into turn one on the formation lap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it. The drivers are just going to get going for this formation lap now. All of them just warming up their tyres. Some of them just not going at all. But now they all go.
Oh, wait, go back there. I think I just saw a Red Bull at the back. It just hit the wall, almost.
I missed that. Oh, V-Carb almost spinning there.
Chris.
Some Lance Stroll moments currently in the formation lap. The Haas is just kind of set off the track.
Yeah, I think he missed the chicane, so he went off the off into the left-hand side of the chicane there, where there's the extra track.
Yeah, Crinmal, Whitey, and Sheepmaster both got disqualified or just DNF'd before they could even set a lap in qualifying one. So they are gonna have to try and make up for it in the race. We see 2 disqualifications already. Jonathan and Rip Brannan disqualified on the formation lap.
So that means they'll be put in a bad spot for their grid start. They'll be put a bit further behind the line than usual than how these drivers are going to set them when they line up on the grid.
I recommend drinking your water now, Skippy, because this is going to get heated.
I definitely will. Yeah, I could see. I could see it being very close, especially for that turn one chicane. A lot of close drivers here. I could see really good pace between a lot of drivers, very similar.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting, to say the least. As we are going to see all the drivers line up now on their
I may have to go for a water refill.
Please no.
Yeah, I won't go now.
Rip Brannan and Jonathan on the just kind of sat there in the grid spots of shame.
Yep, grid spots of shame. Everyone now finishing up, lining up that final. Those final back drivers now lining up, getting ready for that. Lights out. We are now preparing to start the race. We are now preparing to start. We build up to 5 red lights here at the Monza Grand Prix in Italy as we wait for the red lights to go away, and they are gone. We are underway. We've got a lot of driver changes you can see on the left-hand side. I won't be able to list all of them, but we are watching the front pack. Panda really trying to hold that position right ahead. He's really already got a 2/10 gap actually as Ethan lines up behind him. We've got a few of the drivers wheel to wheel actually right behind, right in the midfield. A lot of drivers really wheel to wheel. A lot of contact, but not much debris flying as much as I predicted in the first qualifying session. But we do see, as we were watching, Small Nick overtake. I think it was Blaze, as Blaze also loses his position to Rip Brannan. And Blaze now losing his position to Small Nick, I think. It's really hard. Brandon actually overtook both the Alpines, actually. Sorry.
I did see a Haas go off the track as well as, not too sure which car it was, but my god, got the corner. Got someone going wide, someone cutting the corner. 2 sides of the spectrum there. You see the possible race strategies, possible mediums to hards or hards to mediums.
Yeah, really varying race strategies. Actually, if we can show up on the top left there, what tires everyone's running, it'd be interesting to see because tire strategies here could be very different. Yeah, a lot of almost everyone running the medium tire for the for their first stints, and then we've got Rip Brannan and Crinmal in the Williams and the Red Bull choosing the hard tire, opting in for that, and maybe hoping to get more out of the tire and get further with all the tires. We do actually see one of the Kick Sabbers going to the pit lane already. Now, keep in mind, if you pit lap 1, that doesn't really count as a stint. You need to do at least 2 laps on a tyre for it to count.
He may have got wing damage from the previous altercations. We will have to find out what becomes of that. See if he can gain some more places now. But he is going to be very far from the back of the grid.
Yeah, he's going to switch over to that hard tyre. I don't really know if he's... I think he is changing his wing because he's still in the pit lane, but... Yeah, it's really going to affect his beginning of the race. It's going to be really unfortunate for him. As we are currently watching around that midfield, loads of drivers lined up together. That's around like 7 drivers all right next to each other. So really close driving between these guys. As we saw in the qualifying, they were all within 2 seconds of each other from first to like 10th. So it's all really close. There's like not that many big gaps, but loads of close driving. Really competitive. Really everyone trying to get maximum of the points. So we do see actually near up the top there, we do see Ethan overtaking Panda. So Ethan now in first place for the current remainder of the race, as far as we're aware. As Panda on the outside, actually with DRS now, going to overtake Ethan. Ethan going to get right behind him as they go through that first turn now. Ethan just making sure to stick close with Beth right behind. Just maybe waiting for them both to make a mistake, as we see Sheepmaster getting the first penalty of the race, 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. A lot of early pits going on right now, maybe a lot of damage being made, but unfortunate for Sheep, he also got 10 seconds on top of what's going on now. We do see Steph there get a little bit of spin through that chicane as he loses position to Small Nick and Cookie Monster. Ghost had been inside of Cookie Monster. They're both really just trying to overtake each other with the Ghost, really abusing that power. But Steph does get ahead, and Cookie Monster does follow right behind as everyone opens the DRS wings for this part of the track, and not many overtakes are really being made right now, probably because it's just a huge train. As we're watching from a really good helicopter camera there, really watching Cookie Monster follow Steph through the final chicane of each lap in Sector 3. Through the Parabolica now, we've got both Alpines right ahead as well, probably maybe working together, trying to help each other get ahead. So we could see some teamwork.
Yeah, there are a lot of DRS zones. We could see a lot of DRS training, and we have been seeing a massive DRS train throughout this mid-pack, but 2 cars just very far back, well 3 cars very far back, but we do see, oh, a Mercedes going off the track. That is the Mercedes of Des Mucky, just really struggling to stay on there. But if we move up to this front pack, they are just completely gapping the field. Ethan, Logan, Panda, and Beth, the 3 fastest drivers in the quali session. And we're gonna see now Panda go maybe for that move, but Ethan cuts it off. Very good defense there, but Panda maybe getting a better run off the line. And he is going to make that overtake with the DRS open. Marcus cutting 2 corners in a row there, maybe going a bit wide on that exit there. As we see Panda has actually dropped all the way down. Don't know what happened to him. Sorry I missed that. But he is going to have to fight his way back up now, as he is going to maybe try and make the move on... Never mind, he's just going to go into the pits. I think he has damage.
I think you were looking at the wrong Williams there.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
It's because Rip Brannon's... Okay, Rip Brannon got across
Rip
the
Brannon.
entire chicane.
We've got a lot of drivers here lining up on the large curve now. Through Sector 1. Still a big pack near around the middle to the back end of the field. As we are watching from Marcus's car, right behind Rip Brannon, just really staying on him. Not many moves being made. You see Blaze and Des Mucky on the left side there, overtaking everyone behind. A few drivers. I think it was 2 drivers they overtook. And a few more overtakes being made, but we're not really got eyes on them. As Sloth does overtake Marcus into the P4. But we are watching now as I think Crinball's going for a move there. There's Mucky on Blaze right
Oh,
before the chicane, but they do make it. But Crinwall goes extremely wide, and we do see
oh,
McLaren.
Zaki!
The McLaren of Zaki go off the track into the barrier, losing his wheel. What a
Oh
really
my.
unfortunate session for him.
We've seen loads of wheel-to-wheel action, but you're never gonna have a full wheel-to-wheel race without a single incident. That is gonna bring the safety car out. Loads of debris on the track. Zaki sent flying into that wall. I don't know how his wheel could have not came off there. That was a very bad crash.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of drivers now who are on the medium tyre switching over to the hards, maybe hoping that they can last 21 laps, which I wouldn't be surprised. These hards are pretty like strong.
Yeah, the hards are
After that.
so overpowered in this game. It's insane. Honestly, you could probably go for 5 laps on softs and the rest of the race on hards. That's a possible strategy. We are just going to see all of the cars line up behind the safety car. It's going to take a bit of time for everyone to catch up because a lot of people went into the pits.
Yeah, we've got a lot of double stacking as well.
Yeah, so we are going to see another TRS train for quite a few laps, which should be entertaining. We'll see probably quite a few overtakes, as some people will use the ERS, some people won't. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really see what happened with Zach there, but it was very unfortunate. He's really had a bad day. He was barely making it through the last few qualifying sessions, and then just that happens in the race. 6 laps in, or 5 laps in, really a bad day for him. So our top 3 now is completely different to what it was supposed to be. It was originally going to be Panda. It was originally Panda, Ethan, and Beth, but now it's Rip, Brandon, Sloth, and Marcus in the provisional top 3, following the safety car now.
Yeah, Panda fell down the pack. Not too sure what happened once again, but I believe he did get wing damage, so he wanted to pit. Pretty unlucky that the safety car came out later, because if it came out earlier, he could have pit under the safety car and not lost as much time as he has, but I think on the safety car restart, Panda can get a very good jump off the line. We do see fastest Sloth now coming into the pits. A bit late, considering all the drivers were like way further apart, but interesting.
Yeah, that might really badly affect his. That might really badly affect his position after the safety car. But we've still got a few drivers very far back. It'll be Vise and Sheep, over 40 seconds are behind from the pack. So we'll probably be seeing Sheepmaster and Bias really racing themselves to get to this safety car queue, hoping that the safety car doesn't go into the pit lane like in the next 2 laps, because if it does, then it could be really bad for these guys. They could be so far away and not make it in time. But we are seeing, as well as Sloth in the back, we are seeing all those drivers now catching up as we are currently viewing the front of the pack now behind the safety car.
That's a Sloth has now catch up to the back of the pack. He has switched to those hards. He did pit a lap later, so maybe his tires won't be as worn. A lot of people have worn their tires already, but can't really do much behind the safety car. Fast Sloth could have that like very slim tire advantage that he might need by the end of that race. We do see
there is actually
catching up to the back of the pack now.
There is actually the Discord right now, which is actually going absolutely bonkers. Everyone is just swearing at each other and really angry, just arguing. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. Really good sportsmanship in the game, but outside of the game, not quite so much. So
yeah, we are seeing some pretty good racing as far as I've seen. No one really trying to take each other out, but those emotions in a race really getting to everybody in this race. It's gonna be interesting how they deal with it in the race. Maybe they might start ramming each other off track, which will be fun to see, but obviously not the best decision in the world. We are gonna see Sheepmaster catch up to the back of this pack now. I think the safety car will come in after this lap.
Yeah, Sheepmaster should make it to the pack in no time.
How many people have we got in the chat?
We've got 12 viewers, not many talking right now, though. That's okay, though. As long as everyone's enjoying the stream, we're happy.
Yeah. I know we're having fun.
Yeah, we're having a great time over here. It's our first time commentating a full qualifying race as well. It's quite exhausting commentating for that long for qualifying, but it's not that bad.
We'll live.
We'll live, yeah. Safety car is now in this lap.
I don't know about
So
you, but I really want to keep an eye on this mid-pack because there is a lot of very fast drivers now in this mid-pack because they all decided to pit.
Yeah, we do still have a few of the drivers who have not pitted since the beginning. It'll be the top three, conveniently. So Brandon and Marcus and Stev, those three drivers have not pitted since the beginning of the race, but it could be they could be helping themselves by doing that. Especially the hard tire, I can see that working out very well. We aren't seeing that many people warming up their tires, surprisingly, when we enter into the parabolic curve now.
Sorry.
And I think we are green now as all the drivers are moving. Yep, we are definitely green to go. We are seeing all the drivers go off now. We're seeing Ethan get ahead of Steph as well. So Ethan definitely going really fast as he got a good start, and the Beth right behind him really just kissing on his tail there, real close to contact as we see Ethan get a really good corner. A lot of drivers driving through there now. Got a lot of positions being made, a lot of positions being lost. Still, once again, really close driving through that first chicane. We're following a lot of drivers. We're seeing Aris right now. We're watching from Aris' perspective, I think. We're seeing Cookie Monster get ahead of both two drivers, three even. Cookie Monster getting a really good lap, really good overtakes in his Panda's actually overtaking him as well. And Cookie Monster now even falling back.
Back of this pack is everyone in the back of this pack is just really scrapping. We see the Haas going very wide, the Haas of Sheepmaster going onto the grass there. So he's really desperate to try and get these places up, and I can't blame him. 19th place is not what you want to be in this stage of the race. Obviously you can make it up, but by the middle of the race it's going to put more pressure on you to make those positions up.
Sorry, Ethan now actually in P2 already from like P6, P7 I think it was in safety car. He's now in P2 with Beth right behind him. Beth with DRS almost. Actually not yet, DRS is not to this lap, my bad. Oh no, it's open now, but a lot of bumper contact there, the wings hitting the tails of other cars ahead of them. So we could see Ethan overtaking Brandon before Brandon is even pitted, so maybe Brandon made a bad mistake by not going to the pit lane. We are seeing Kraft overtaking Aris as well, as we are watching from Criminal's perspective. He goes a bit on the grass there and a little bit wobbly through the after entering the gas. He does cut through the chicane there, though. Assuming I think he didn't have much space there for the chicane, as we are still watching from his perspective.
So far, no penalties from any of the drivers. Pretty clean driving, but we are on standard corner cutting, so it will be a little bit more lenient than usual. But then again, a lot of clean driving. We've seen a lot of wheel-to-wheel action, so no one cutting corners is actually a miracle. But we see Criminal cut that chicane there. Yeah, a little bit of foreshadowing by me.
We are watching Criminal really on the tail of Cookie Monster there, really trying to. Oh, we've got another safety car though. Or was that just
that's the glitch?
Screen? That's the glitch. Okay, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't see that UI there.
Wheel to wheel. Cookie Monster and Criminal went wheel to wheel there, but Cookie Monster gets the better exit there. Both of them, I believe, saving ERS. And they are going to go wheel to wheel through the chicane. A little bit of contact there made, but Criminal is going to get the overtake done. And now Cookie Monster and Steph wheel to wheel as well. Steph might also get that overtake. Both of the Red Bulls getting past the Aston Martin. Very good pace from them too. They might try and work together now, possibly. instead of fighting each other. The Aston Martin looks like he wants to come back at him, but no, can't quite make the move. It kicks out, making contact with the Aston Martin. Very tough driving here. No room for mistakes, no room for errors at all.
Yeah, as we're watching on this DRS zone, we do see Panda get ahead of his teammate, so maybe some teamwork is being made right now. And we do see one of the drivers go very wide. I think that was Brandon there in the Williams behind Panda. Went very wide after that chicane as we're watching through the Parabolica now. We're watching Aris, I think, overtaking, Marcus overtaking Blaze, sorry. And we do see three drivers entering the pit lane at the exact same time. Got quite a queue being made as they we're watching quite a little bit of a fight in the pit lane.
3 Sebastian Vettels.
We do see Chang get a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so we've got a lot of people pitting right now, so we do get to see that tires that we do get to see the tires now of every driver. You can see in the back right there we've got loads of we got Brandon switching to the mediums and Marcus on the hards and Blaze and Chan as well on the mediums.
Yeah, every driver is gonna want to pit now under this virtual safety car. Not too sure what caused it, but
I didn't even see it pop up.
it's hard to tell when the safety car is constantly on the screen. F124. It baffles me how they haven't fixed that. It's probably such an easy fix. I bet it's one line of code.
It probably is.
The game is like more than halfway through its life cycle and it's still not fixed. Alright, the virtual safety car is going to end now. Everyone going to green flags as pretty close driving between Cookie Monster and Lucas now. They are going to go
on the outside.
Yeah, they are going to go wheel to wheel through the Parabolica curve now. Beautiful helicopter shot, and Cookie Monster is going to make the move on Lucas. Maybe comes back at him, still wheel to wheel. Great action there, both of them getting on the throttle almost perfectly. Marcus DNFing from the session. Not too sure what happened there.
Actually panned away, we did see Sloth get a double overtake just now.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what happened to Marcus, but his car has disappeared. I think there was a little bit of contact made through that chicane.
Yeah, a lot of slow driving there. We do see Marcus leave the session. We do have Nick being wheel to wheel with Cookie Monster as they go for the chicane. Nick giving that position back, even though he was ahead of him, he gave the position back to Cookie Monster. Really, don't know if that was the greatest move to make if he's trying to get those positions, but this is right. Cookie Monster lose traction on the outside of his wheels, on the outside of his tires there, and go right into the wall. Don't know if he took too much damage. We do see a missing end plate on his right wing, front right wing. So very lucrative damage there. It could definitely be over for his race if there's no more safety cars. As we do see him cut the track, but honestly understandable if there's damaged car. He's slowly losing his positions now. As now being overtaken by now Vi's overtaking Sloth, and maybe Vi's going for another. Vi's and Sloth going wheel to wheel through the parabolic curve onto the main straight, but Vi's just getting slightly ahead with the V car. But oh, what was that? Like a bit of contact between the Vi's and Cookie Monster. Might have been my eyes though. As we're watching Vi's follow right behind Sloth as they both have DRS open, but Vi's just with that slipstream. They go wheel to wheel for the turn one. Still wheel to wheel, making their way through, but Sloth's just getting barely ahead with that smoother line, and Vi's being put right behind the very bumpy line through the chicane. As Sloth gets a whole 5/10 ahead of Vi's. Let's check out what's going on at the front of the pack, because apparently on the track map you can see there's a lot of close driving going at the front. Kenzog.
Sorry, 1 second.
Wakey, wakey, bro.
I was being spoken to.
They've got a lot of very close driving. Big battle over here. 4 drivers. We've got Beth, Ethan, Des, and Panda. All of them just real close against each other. Look at these two trains, and you got Panda trying to go on the inside line of Dez, but not quite making it happen as they easily just backs off right behind him onto the DRS straight now, main straight. Um, Passing the line now across, and then with DRS open, let's see what these drivers can do. We see Beth lose a position to Ethan, Dez getting ahead of Ethan as Beth as well. Wheel to wheel, we see Dez and Ethan. Maybe Dez trying to go for a switchback, but not quite making it happen, not quite getting a move in, but still right behind Ethan. We see Panda get ahead of Beth. Very close driving within the top four here. We do see Dez going maybe possibly for a move there before the chicane, not quite finding a move, but staying right behind Ethan still.
Yeah, Beth and Panda going wheel to wheel. They have lost a bit of time, but Panda not too far behind them, gaining a lot of time. We see Aris get a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits warnings. Not sure how that's possible under this standard rule set.
We do see a yellow flag somewhere in the double right-hander, but we also have Dez overtaking Panda, and we do. Oh my god, what was that? Vi's almost killing Kraft.
Oh, it was close. He's lucky he was ghosted. I think Kraft spun, maybe that might have been why the caution was out, but we are still gonna see this pack of four really hard driving as we see multiple lockups and wheel spin. But that is going to be Panda going around the outside of Desmuk. He is going to make that overtake stick, and maybe, oh my god, a double overtake on that straight, and he is going to get ahead. He is now in P1, followed by Ethan and Dez and Bez. Not Bez, Beth.
Bez.
Bez.
Love me a good old Bez.
Innit? But we are going to cut away from some of this action now, because there is some close driving between the two kick Saubers. Maybe going to try and battle here, maybe trying to work together. We'll have to see. There's maybe a little bit of a rear tap going through that chicane. And he is maybe going to try and make the move, but no, cut off by Lucas. Ferrari of Fastest Sloth not too far behind, as well as his teammate Kraft, who we did see a little bit slow on the racing line, almost getting absolutely murdered by Viz. He was ghosted. Otherwise, that would have been an absolute disaster.
Yeah, we are. I actually have noticed we've got a lot of teams really right next to each other. We've got like all the way from the back. We've got Alpine, Ferrari, Kick Sauber, and Mercedes. All of those teams just all together, maybe working together to get ahead. We do have Dez overtaking Dez and Beth getting ahead of Panda though.
Yeah, there were cautions out. I think there was a slow driver somewhere.
I think Panda went a little slow. As you can see, Panda's now 3 seconds behind the front pack.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of slide going through that chicane. We have seen that happen many a time. That is a very tricky chicane to go through after that straight. You go from such fast speeds immediately to around 50 mile an hour. Just to make the corner. Yeah, if even. That's at the fastest.
Yeah, a lot of drivers actually I've noticed all running hards on 11 lap old hards. So yeah, there's definitely some sort of chain going on. Everyone knows what the best strategy is. And we do have Benny in the chat saying hammer time.
A lot of close battles still from this top pack. Dez, Ethan, and Beth always. This entire race just been right on each other, constant switching places. Ethan is the lone one here. There's two Mercedes. He is going to have to battle against two Mercedes, and it looks like he might make the move here. But as well, Desmucky is going to let his teammate Beth pass to maybe try and make a move on Ethan through this chicane, but he isn't going to make it stick because Ethan just has so much pace with that DRS. Panda, though, catching up pretty fast. Already gained 2/10 just in that chicane alone. So we could see Panda battling for a win once again. We see Kick Sauer and a Haas very close driving here. still followed by those Ferraris. The Kicksaubers have been split up now. Jonathan is blocking Vise from getting to his teammate, who has been having a lot of pace. Blaze gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of track limits. He is still off the track. He's just on the ground. Okay!
Oh,
Blaze! Just staying on that grass, trying to get on the throttle, and yeah, straight into the wall.
Really a questionable way to get back to driving, as he does a 180 whilst other drivers are passing him. But he was ghosted, so it does make sense.
It's a good thing
As
that
we're watching...
ghosting is a thing in this F1 game.
As we are watching Ethan 4/10 ahead, we just see, actually, never mind, we just see Blaze get 10-second penalty because the Alpine who just spun out.
Yeah, I think he has, quite frankly, given up. As yeah, Sheep Master is just gonna go for the overtake, but oh my god, massive wing damage as he slows down on the racing line there. The Hearts of Sheep Master now,
safety car.
Yeah, now missing his complete end plate with the VSC out.
Really bad days for some of these drivers, losing their wings to their fellow drivers.
Oh my god, Blaze!
We may have just seen some toxic masculinity there, as we saw Blaze try and take out Sheep, but not quite succeeding.
And
but definitely damaging Sheep's car.
Sheep gets a 10-second penalty for that once again. The in-game stewards just absolutely relentless.
We might see Sheep definitely appealing that penalty, but not quite sure if appealing it would save him much, considering he is 13 seconds behind the pack. But unless he can save something, unless in the next 8 laps.
I think he's gonna go and serve it in the pits now. Those hards have only lasted 5 laps. That's not a good stint for the hards at all. But he hasn't got much to lose, as Aris also DNFs.
Yeah, really bad day for some of these drivers. Aris definitely unlucky. We didn't get to see what happened there. We do have both V-Carbs out of the race now, so not a great day for them. A really weird move from Blaze though to just take out Sheep, try and take out Sheep though. We just outright saw that. As we are watching Beth ahead of Ethan and Dez. Ethan and Dez even wheel to wheel, almost all going 3 wide nearly. But I think Dez understands that it's really dangerous to go wheel to wheel with your teammate, especially when you're being challenged by McLaren. As they're making their way to the second chicane of the track now, as they are all turning in now. All these drivers really competitively close. We do see Panda right behind him, actually really slowly. He's caught up. He's made his way back up to the top 3 and probably going to start fighting again within the next few laps with these guys. As they do make their way to the DRS zone now. Panda not actually quite in the vicinity yet, so maybe he won't be able to catch up just yet. But soon enough we could see him racing with this group. And we did see Ethan overtaking Dez there, as I was yapping a lot. Brandon getting a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. A lot of speeding, and Brandon does actually retire after that. As we do see Dez wheel to wheel with Ethan, maybe overtaking him, maybe even overtaking his teammate, in it, which he does. So that puts Dez in first place, and actually wheel to wheel with his own teammate as they make their way onto the main straight.
Panda has caught up to that pack now. Pretty, very good pace from Panda. Really just showing how many leagues above he can be in that clean air. We saw it in qualifying. He was a very fast driver. I believe he did set P1 actually, pole position. So it's going to be interesting to see how he battles with the rest of the pack, as he just immediately gets an overtake on Beth. This guy is absolutely insane. Still going to carry on after P1 and P2, maybe going to try and get that win or just stick it out for a podium. I can't believe how close this top 4 has been. This is absolutely insane. They are leagues above everybody else. Closest other driver is Lucas, 17 seconds behind. And he is in a battle of his own with the Haas and the Ferrari behind, as well as the Kicksauber of Vi is getting pretty close to the Ferrari now, maybe looking to make an overtake eventually, as he maybe wants to catch up to his teammate, try and get a few more points than his teammate, because there are going to be a lot of teammate rivalries as the Haas gets... Oh my god! The kicks out revised wing damage on Kraft. I think he just went a little bit slow on the racing line there, and Weiss just didn't have enough time to react. I think he is missing an end plate now. Gonna be pretty unfortunate for him. Luckily for him, though, Monza is not a track where you need a lot of downforce, so not as bad as it could be for him. Like if it was Monaco, for example, that would have been absolutely dreadful. But I think he is just gonna stick it out for now. There is only 5 laps to go until the end of this race. And Kraft.
In the 22nd lap, in the first turn, we see Kraft just spin out on the first chicane, maybe going a bit too tight on that and just riding the grass and maybe losing the traction. So really unfortunate for him. That puts him in P9. Oh, Kenzog.
It's fine. Bad cable.
Bad cable. As we keep on watching, we see Chang get a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. A lot of penalties being handed out, with Chang with 26 seconds of penalties and Cookie Monster retiring. With a safety car being deployed against the second safety car of the session. Now that is going to really change things up. In the last final few laps of the race, we're going to see a safety car be deployed.
This is going to be a very good race end, and the top 4 pit for new tyres. Probably going to go to those soft compounds. Des going to the softs. A lot of Mercedes are double stacking. Yeah, both of the Mercedes going to go to the softs. McLaren on the softs, and Panda also on the softs. Wow.
What's even more impressive is these guys have just pulled out of the pit lane and might still be ahead most of the pack.
They are still ahead of literally everybody. Jonathan is the only driver to get ahead of them. The only driver.
But yet Jonathan on 17 lap-old hards, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up with these guys on the fresh softs.
Especially...
This is a huge game changer.
Yeah,
a lot of drivers pushing for that soft tyre now.
Jonathan, especially not going to be able to keep up with the pace that this top 4 has had. Literally, it's like 2 Max Verstappens and 2 Lewis Hamiltons.
Yeah, literally. We have seen before the safety car, it was a 22-second gap between these 4 and the rest of the pack. So these guys are all definitely going to be escaping everyone. The second that safety car is gone and a green flag is shown, these guys are going to be gone.
This safety car might last a while, though. We see Sheepmaster is a lap down. He's going to have to get all the way across the track. And he's going to have to overtake the safety car and go across the track once more just to get across. So we might even have just 2 more laps to finish this race.
It really depends. The safety car might even just go away before the Sheepmaster has a chance to catch up.
Could be a possibility.
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't pass the safety car just to unlap yourself. It's really session not allowed.
No.
Yeah, the game doesn't allow you to. But Panda as well saying, what a race. Yeah, very impressive race, especially from you and the other 3 guys in this top of the pack. And it's going to be very impressive to watch. It's going to be very fun to watch you guys, watch these guys do the final few laps on this soft tyre. It's going to be some very close driving, very competitive. We could even see some more aggressive driving with these tyres.
We've seen so many DNFs, 6 DNFs. In one race. That is very crazy. Weiss gonna go for new tires. Pretty interesting choice. He is on 2 lap. He's on 2 lap old mediums, so I'm not too sure why he did that. Because he might lose the position to Steph here, which he will do.
Weiss risked that position just for the soft tire. Very unique decision there, but.
We do see reds all across the grid. Everybody on that soft compound tyres. They really want a good race finish. Even Sheepmaster switching to that soft compound.
We are seeing Jonathan and Crinmore, the only drivers left who are not pitted for fresh tyres. And Crinmore on 7 lap old hard, so he could maybe hold the guys on the softs for a little while, but not forever, I assume. But it really depends, because that safety car is still here on lap 24 of 27. So it's going to be a very close final few laps.
I honestly cannot wait. This is gonna be quite the finish. We have seen 2 safety cars and 2 virtual safety cars in this race and 6 DNFs. But in my opinion, we've seen mostly some pretty clean driving, ignoring who was who was it again? I think
Was
it
it
was
Blaze?
yeah, Blaze. Almost taking out somebody else. I forget who it was.
Beatmaster.
Yeah, Sheepmaster. That was it. Blaze almost taking out Sheepmaster, but Sheepmaster overcoming all odds, goes from P19 to P14 just because of the DNFs. So he's been driving a pretty clean race so far. He's just gonna overtake everybody to unlap himself. Drive through. He gets a drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
I think Sheepmaster just giving up on this
Yeah,
race.
I wouldn't have done that if I was Sheepmaster. I would have honestly just... Oh my god, the penalty's just racking up. Let's see. Only a drive-through. I don't think that's correct. Because he'd have just kept like 3 10-second penalties. But,
Yeah, this definitely reminds me of one situation me and Kenzo remember from a different league.
yeah.
It's definitely interesting to see. You don't really see this that much, but when you do see it, it's from some people who are not doing the greatest in the race. So
Yeah, Cookie
very,
Monster doesn't want to watch the end of this race, it seems. He leaves the session.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch the end of this race. It's going to be quite close between these guys. It's going to be very, very fun to watch.
Yeah, we got Vise and Chang overtaking each other on the safety car. Alright, calm down, boys.
While we do wait for the safety car to go away, though, I do want to shout out everyone who's followed us through this stream. It'll be Crinmall, Dez, Zaki, and R6, Avi, and just now we had Zada. Thank you guys for following. Fun.
Yeah, we hope
We got
all your days / nights / evenings are going well. And yeah, hope you're enjoying this stream. Yeah, you can stay tuned. You can subscribe to us on
Hold
YouTube.
on a second. I did just see Jonathan leave the session, maybe lag out, but then we immediately see after Jonathan left, it's going to be a safety car in this lap.
So two
very-
laps.
We're going to see 2 final laps with this race. We're seeing everyone warming up their tires now. Not everyone, just a few drivers, but everyone just getting ready. And we're about to see probably the most intense fight you've seen in a while, as Jonathan just barely gets back. He barely makes it back right before the race start. Will he be able to go green, make it before they go green? I think we are green now. Sheepmaster retires. He's given up. But we are green now. We're seeing Dez with a huge 1-second gap. As we're seeing Panda, I think, overtaking Ethan nearly wheel to wheel on the main straight. Jonathan just right ahead of the group, I think. No, Jonathan wheel to wheel with Ethan for turn 1. Ethan just barely getting ahead for turn 1 after the chicane. And in between the Williams and the McLaren, Jonathan goes. We've got a Red Bull behind Crinmall, just trying to stay behind, trying not to risk anything. We do see Panda overtake
Oh
Jonathan.
my god!
Jonathan and Panda both damaging their cars right near the end of the race. Panda retires. We see Jonathan as well, really far back in P11. What a really unfortunate day for Panda.
That was a massive hit, taking both of them so far out of the race. Just a slight tap led to both of them flying off the track. Jonathan out of the points and Panda out of the session completely. Panda was in complete contention for first place, but Jonathan just going wheel to wheel with him and them taking each other out.
It wasn't even on a very dangerous part of the track. It was actually on the large curve, where you wouldn't really see many incidents go on there. But maybe Jonathan just overcompensated or undercompensated for his car and just hit Panda. I don't really see exactly what happened, but yeah, we are now on the final lap of this race. DRS is enabled, and we will be watching Dez and Ethan. These 2 guys, 1.8 seconds ahead of Beth, the guy in 3rd place, and Beth 1.7 seconds ahead of Crinmall. We're watching Ethan right now challenging Dez, trying to get right next to him, but not quite making it. We are, and Dez probably just trying to go as fast as he can. Maybe even on that hot lap, not quite sure, but definitely very close driving between these 2 guys as they go for the second chicane now of Monza. Very close driving between these 2 guys. We might see some wheel-to-wheel action on the DRS zone Very smooth corner exit there on the first part of the right double right-hander, and again on the second part of the double right-hander. Very smooth corner exits. Onto the DRS zone now. We're seeing Ethan with his wing open, trying to go on the outside line, wheel to wheel with Des, and just getting barely ahead of him as
Will
they go through the
he
chicane.
will he get an overtake on the final DRS zone? Oh my god, this is way too close.
We're seeing Ethan just on the big straight trying to defend from Des. Des just trying to go on the outside line, wheel to wheel, possibly through the for the parabolic, wheel to wheel on the main straight. But Ethan's just fighting him, wheel to
A
wheel.
little bit of
We get
contact. Wheel to wheel
good
drag race to
wheel,
the line, a puncture.
finish. But we are seeing Ethan take the win with a .002 second gap.
Oh my god, I thought I saw a puncture on Dez. They made a little bit of contact. I thought I saw his wheel kind of flying off, but yeah, I just let the adrenaline get the hang of me a bit there. What a finish. 2,000ths away. Oh my god.
The driver of the day being Kraft in the Ferrari. That was quite a finish for today's race. I think that was a very well deserved win for Ethan.
Panda getting taken out of contention. It was a massive hit, and I think that led to Ethan winning the race there, because Panda definitely could have taken it if he was still in this.
Yeah, we're watching now the podium celebrations. We got your McLarens and 2 Mercedes. Very good day for Mercedes, and very good day, very good day for Ethan, as he takes the win for today in Monza. It was very fun to watch these guys drive. I think we couldn't have had a better race. Definitely the finish was very interesting. The safety car really made that very interesting with the soft tires. But now we're panning over to the final standings of the race, if we load into it even.
Anyway, we thank you all for watching, and that was a very entertaining race, if I do say so myself. Hope you guys enjoyed.
I agree.
And make sure to stay tuned. We will be commentating another race on Sunday, I believe. Is it Sunday? Yeah, we'll be commentating another race on Sunday. This is another league race. I believe it's EFRL. So make sure to tune in for that if you can. And come say hi.
Yeah, thank you guys once again. And we'll see you another day.
Alright, bye-bye.